Hello everybody, Ed0626 here, bringing you another Star Wars Battlefront Fighter Squadron gameplay. Now this is not as good as the last one I posted, but it's passable in my eyes. So, I mean, let's be honest, I was never super good at this game mode. I just happened to pull decent gameplays out of my ass here and there. But my topic today is something that has been bothering me for quite a long time regarding Star Wars Battlefront 2. And it hasn't really bothered me so much until recently with the, Starfighter Assault maps, or not map, reveal at Gamescom. For whatever reason, people think it was an awesome idea to all of a sudden start shitting all over the game because you can't board ships like you could in the original Star Wars Battlefront 2 in 2005. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, and I will say this not humbly whatsoever. I have the people who complain about this, and I don't know, first of all, I don't know why, it's such an issue to begin with, like people that complain about this, to me, have no logic whatsoever. I like to think I have more logic in, one finger being my pinky finger than most people have in their entire fucking bodies. This is one of those times where I get to kind of show that. So, when people say that they are not going to get the game because, there's no boarding ships in Star Wars Battlefront 2 EA version, and then they continue to shit all over EA and stuff, it doesn't make sense to me because what you're asking for, what should be a space type game mode, a game where you only should use starfighters. You're saying is you want to make it infantry based by boarding capital ships and all that shit, and then camping inside the hangars, killing anybody who tries to oppose you. Or teammates or enemy players camping in their hangars, expecting you to come in and then shitting all over you, so that means you're frustrated. What is the fucking logic in that? Space battles are just that, space battles. Now, I'm going to be quite honest with you. Looking at Starfighter Assault and then looking at fighter squadrons in the first Battlefront, it's a night and day difference. You can tell that they put a lot of effort into making Starfighter Assault when this game is just basically team deathmatch in the air. Quite frankly, you can't even call this space because it's fucking in the atmosphere of the planet. When I think of space battles, I think of shit in space, and then when they actually did the space battles in the Death Star DLC and onward, in the Rogue One DLC, I couldn't see shit, to be quite honest with you. I don't know, maybe my eyes are just bad, but what I'm basically trying to discuss with you guys is the fact that, the hate that this game has been getting over the last several days since the reveal is fucking, there's nothing really to complain about. In my opinion, this is EA's last chance anyway to make a good impression on the Star Wars Battlefront community because Star Wars Battlefront 1 was so bad. So I understand you guys want to have a perfect game. Well, not perfect game, but I understand you guys want to have a better game than what the first Battlefront was. But now you're just nitpicking. I saw a comment on a Star Wars HQ video that really sums up what I've been thinking the last several days since the reveal was dropped. And I wish I could post it or at least read it off to you. But for whatever reason, I've looked down the comments section of the video I saw it in, and I can't see shit. I can't find shit. So, what would have basically made my point better, it won't become of that because unfortunately I don't have the comment to read in front of you because I think it was either deleted or something, or the fact that there are just so many comments that I just happened to get it lost. But the guy basically said the same thing I just said. You're asking for an imbalanced game. And I even saw in that same video when I was looking for the comments, some guy was saying, if I'm paying $60 for the game, I want what I'm paying for. You know, it's really not, to me it's an excuse, but at the same time it's not an excuse, because, you know, what more could you want EA to do, you know? And let's be honest, man, this is just a whole nostalgia thing. You know, I understand the whole nostalgia thing, because it's the same thing happened last year with the COD community. They ended up getting a remastered, or in this case, quote unquote remastered version of COD 4. What they really got was shit. You know, so you're basically just asking for a remastered of Battlefront 2, the original from 2005. Well, let me fucking tell y'all, motherfuckers, this ain't 2005 no more. We're in 2017. I understand with the game, I made a mention of this in my Dreadnought video, with how game technology has advanced over that period of time. You know, you'd think that they'd be able to do it, but who knows? Maybe the Frostbite engine is not capable of doing such a thing. I'm not sure. At the same time, the game, like I said, would be imbalanced anyway, so you're just going to ask yourself to be fucking frustrated the entire time trying to play the game. If they had a game mode like that, you know, I guess that would be okay at the same time, but to be honest with you, I prefer having space battles be space battles, infantry battles be infantry battles, because that's just how it should be. I don't have a fucking reason. I don't see the fucking reason as to why people need to have an excuse to fucking camp in a hangar waiting for fucking people to come into the hangar to kill. You know, it's just stupid to me. It seems like you don't want to have fun by people making this comment. Like, the people that make this comment to me just don't want to have fun. You know? Star Wars Battlefront, 2 is, like I said, EA's last chance to make a good impression on the Star Wars Battlefront community. And if not, I wouldn't even buy another one. But from what it looks like, we're getting most of what we're getting is our I botched that really bad, huh? What we are getting is an improved version. DICE listened to at least a majority of our feedback. They listened to a majority of the Game Changers feedback, which, at times, it's not rocket science that sometimes people who are pro players or bigger YouTubers, they care about their opinion more so than ours. I think that's more so in the COD community than the EA community. But and EA is no saint and stuff too, and DICE. Let me just make that clear. Battlefield 1 is a perfect example of that. But it's just, I don't understand what the fucking deal is. If it's so decision making that you don't have seamless air to space or boarding ship combat, which is imbalanced as fuck, don't buy the game then. We don't need motherfuckers like you. To me, I'm so positive about this game, it's not even funny. This is the game that I'm looking forward to out of every other game in this coming out in the next few months. I have an open mind. Unlike people who are closed-minded and shit, I am open-minded to opinions and shit, and it doesn't matter to me. I really would like to have, as long as the flying shit is good and the shooting's good, because, let's be honest, you just saw it there. I know I'm shooting the guy, but I'm getting no hit markers, and I'm not getting any points for it. So, as long as that's fixed, I'm happy. I'm a simple man. I'm a very simple man. Not in mind, of course, because then I'd be fucking stupid. God forbid that ever happened to me, right? Oh, by the way, for the record, this is another prime example of my issue with Star Wars Battlefront 1's fighter squadron. Watch how many times I try and shoot motherfuckers, and then watch how I get fucking melted easily. And I'm shooting people and nothing's happening. So, prime example of this. This is what you should be worried about. This is what you should be worried about DICE fixing. Not this fucking boarding ship crap. In my opinion, I don't even want that. It would have been, in theory, I'm sure it was a good idea back in 2005, but like I said, we're not living in 2005 anymore. We're living in fucking 2017. Could they have added it? I don't know, but in my opinion, I'm glad they didn't, because the game would be imbalanced. I've made this very clear in my I've made this very, very clear in my Call of Duty related videos where I'm talking about the supply drops. If the game isn't balanced, what's the fucking point of playing it? Because you're just going to get fucking melted all the time, you're not going to be having any fun, It's just, that's how I see things, you know. I might even be called single-minded, but you know what? I'm okay with that because at least mine has logic to it. Like I said, I probably have more logic than fucking half these people spouting hate comments in the fucking comment sections of fucking Star Wars Battlefront related videos. Sit down, bro. Just sit down. It's an argument that you can't win because there's no logic behind what you're saying. Like I said, if it's that game breaking to you, don't fucking buy the game. We don't need. I certainly don't want you there because if that's what you're trying to spew to the fucking developers, there's no chance. This game has no fucking chance of ever being good. And right now, this game looks pretty fucking good, both in graphics and play-wise. So that's just me. Anyway, what's your opinions down in the comments section? I'd like to know. You know, let's see if we can have a little debate about this. But as far as I'm concerned, I think people with logic, who are on my side of the spectrum, probably are what's going to be good for the game going forward when it does get released. Anyway, this is Ed0626, and I'll catch you on the next upload. Peace out.